Meeting today is 4/22. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast via our local cable access channel, WCAT, Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube. If anyone in the audience is recording, please let us know. Okay, I should be able to. Oh, there we go. The owl cam is on. Fantastic. Thank you, guys, for coming out. Did you, I think I want to start with, so today we are going, Conservation Commission is writing the special conditions for ASD Cronin Mass Solar LLC standalone utility interconnection located at 0 and 452 Cronin Road in Warren, Mass. We closed the hearing last week, and we agreed to move forward with this project. Now we have to write the conditions. And so this is really a working meeting. There's no interaction from anybody in the audience that's allowed. You're welcome to sit and view, but we're just gonna work on our own, and that will be it. So, last week, I handed out the special conditions. Did you guys get a chance to go over and specifically,
I went over it, but I didn't specifically anything.
oh, you didn't circle,
Oh, I've gone through and I've circled most of them. I agree with almost all of them.
okay.
Well, I just didn't, because a lot of them I didn't understand, so I just kind of went,
Oh, okay.
oh, okay, that kind of went over my head, oh, okay.
So do you, this is a good opportunity for us, because now we're in a public forum, to go over any of these that you want clarification on.
Okay,
So let's just do it, right?
Sure.
Because, yeah. I have, do I have failure? Oh, there was one that was missing, okay. Failure to comply with conditions stated in the order and with all related statutes and other regulatory measures shall be deemed cause to revoke or modify the order of conditions.
that one made sense to me.
Okay, is there anything, on, up to number 5
No,
that you have questions on? And we all agree that those are good. And I have to say that also ASD. And I'm just gonna say this, to Corinna McCandless. We are working on a slightly different, we're one number off from the conditions that we gave you. We added a new number 1. So your number 1 is actually number 2 on ours, just as a point. So you can keep up with our craziness. Number 6,
got it, like it.
you're good? Number 7, the applicant shall notify the Conservation Commission.
I'm good, except what is it, SWPP?
That is the Stormwater Pollution Prevention Report.
Okay.
That the applicant needs to file with the EPA.
Okay,
And it's their stormwater, it's essentially their stormwater management plan
okay,
that they have in place. And they'll be submitting that to us prior to the start of their project.
You'll hear people refer to it as a SWIP. I'm sure you heard that.
I did hear that, but I didn't know what it was, so I thought, well, sooner or later I'm gonna find out, so.
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Well, at any time in a meeting, if something is being used, I'm sorry, I should have slowed down, SWIP.
No, it's okay,
Feel free to stop us in our tracks, and because we use acronyms sometimes, and, yeah,
okay, so that was one of my questions.
okay. So one of the things that we may need to do is that, number D is the SWIP. It should identify means to dewater construction. I think I'm gonna leave that in, but we have additional language around the SWIP because we do want to review and approve the SWIP beforehand, because we had we had things as a condition of approval. Either we were going to wait to approve, or we have conditions for approval to,
Yes.
ensure that the SWIP matches and that their phasing and everything we're comfortable with.
Okay.
Okay.
So you want to come back to D? After we go
I'm just
through?
I'm just highlighting D. I think that
Okay.
there's different language that we can add towards the beginning because it's unique.
Okay.
Number 8, arrange a date for inspection of erosion control measures. That's pretty normal. And 9. Okay, erosion sediment control. The applicant highlighted number 9, likely because it's already included on the plan. We in the town ask for straw, not hay, because we don't want
Seeds,
the seeds to get into the wetlands or buffer zones.
Correct me, when you said they highlighted number 9, it's number 10 on our list?
Number 10 on our list,
Okay.
yes. Number 11, limit of work prior to the commencement of any earth-moving activity, silt fencing. Do you have any questions on that, Karen?
No, no, because I've dealt with silk fencing, straw bales and all that.
Yeah, okay. Number 12, silt fence and all other erosion control measures shall be verified by the commission prior to tree clearing. Any silt fence located by abutting property should be inspected and approved by the abutter if they so choose. Immediately after installation of any erosion controls through the duration of the project, the commission or the licensed erosion control specialist shall inspect and approve.
Okay, that makes sense.
13, sediment control. So sediment barrier shall serve, Corinne, this is number 12 for you. Limit of work delineation, are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. R14, the sediment barrier shall be inspected.
Good.
Are you good?
Yep.
Now, the license control, erosion control specialist, is that somebody we hire, is it somebody they hire, or is it somebody that's just
Well-
on the commission?
This is actually part of our discussion. Oftentimes, if a project is, on a steep slope, or it's a really large project, or there's something going on, we hire an erosion control specialist that goes on site once a week, just to make sure that things are in order and wetlands haven't been impacted.
Okay,
So that's something that we have to decide whether we want to do that. The other option is that we require a weekly SWIP report with photos be submitted to us, and if there's any, and then we do spot inspections
Right.
on our own, and then if there is anything that seems out of order, then we resort to hiring a peer reviewer to go on site once a week.
Do you want to start with us doing spot inspection, getting weekly reports, and then, again, like you said, if there's issues? Or do you feel more comfortable, since it's steep, to just go right into having a licensed control specialist?
It's not a big project. When it takes place, it should be relatively fast. The thing about us going on site early and regularly, frequently during the first parts of it, I think that we leave it open. Not sure when they're going to start. If they're gonna start doing this in the winter, I have more concerns than if they do it during a dry season,
Okay.
right? So if they do it in August and it's dry,
I agree.
but if they do it in the winter and there's snow and freeze thaw, and they leave it open, I mean, frankly, I would prefer that it not even isn't performed in the winter at all. Because that tends to, the freeze thaw, and it's hard to stabilize. And then you can't stabilize the site after you open it up,
Right, nothing grows.
because nothing grows. So that makes it,
Isn't it also concerning though, in the spring when we're getting a lot of melting and rain and like we did this year, that wouldn't be a good time to start either.
it hasn't been bad this year, so it really depends. I mean, ultimately, I think the ability to stabilize the site
would be better.
Let's say it takes them a month to do the project, I'm just, I'm making this number up, if it takes them a month, they're not able to stabilize the site, and they open it up in like November, they won't be able to
That's true, they won't be able to
stabilize the site
stabilize,
for the
yeah.
entire winter.
Yep, that's
And
true.
then, there's a lot of super steep slopes, the soil mounds, so, we've seen over and over again sites dump into the wetlands because it's impossible to stabilize that. So anyway, with that in mind, determining when they start the project isn't necessarily in our scope. We can ask, we didn't, but we can leave this open, and if the
Start date,
start date is at a really challenging time, then
we can ask for the licensed erosion control specialist.
yeah.
then we have that, yeah.
Okay, so we don't mandate it today.
So we don't mandate, but we leave it in as. So we would change the language, instead of once per week, to monitor and recommend adjustments. We add the commission may at any time during the project require or hire and we'll set the terms such as, if the project, I need to type this. What number is it?
15.
Okay. At any time require a licensed erosion control specialist hired by the commission, paid for by the applicant, to be on site minimally once per week. The commission shall be given enough this would go away. And do you want to put why, the reasons why we would do this?
If you want to, I have no problem just leaving it like that and not having to give a reason, if we so decide.
So at this point, okay. All right, I think that's good.
I think that's good too.
I just want to make sure that we need to go on site. Do I have that? I'm going back. Do I have a section that says? Or arrange a date for inspection of erosion control measures at least 1 week prior to the, okay. We have that in there, okay. In fact, yep, okay. Oh, shall be verified by the commission, okay. We did that. I just want to make sure that we're in there.
On number 16, should we put the LECS or commissioners shall make more frequent inspections, because if we don't ever.
Yep.
And when the LEC/commissioners deem it necessary.
One of the things that we need to say is that, which I might have in here, I just don't remember where, do a. Oh, I do have that. All right, we're not there yet. Okay. Where are we at? Number 18?
What do you?
17.
17.
All right, I changed that to the license erosion control specialist / commission.
Okay, and you changed 16 also. You had commission in both 16s, both places.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
then we're on 18.
Any damage caused as a direct result of this project during or after construction to any wetland resources shall be the responsibility of the applicant. Yep.
Now, do we say somewhere that it has to be approved at the end of it by us?
Now,
If they
yeah,
damage
there's
it,
language at the end.
okay. So if they damage it, then they're gonna,
Yep.
yeah, I didn't get all the way for this.
All right, that one's easy. Number 19. The commission shall be notified within 24 hours.
Yep.
An adequate stockpile of erosion control and sedimentation control materials shall be on site.
Mm-hmm.
The developer or contractor responsible for the project's completion shall be notified and be held accountable for the requirements of the permit. A copy of this permit shall be on site while activities regarding the permit are being performed. Furthermore, during the construction of this project, an on-site foreman, directing engineer, or designated construction manager shall familiarize him or herself with the conditions of the permit and shall adhere to said conditions. The developer or contractor, as well as the on-site foreman, shall adhere to the Town of Warren topsoil bylaws, by law.
Yep.
All debris, fill, excavated material, construction material shall be stockpiled in areas at least 100 feet.
Yes, for 23 and 24, wanted to strike out the 50, 75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 100 there and 2,400. Okay. Equipment for fuel storage and refueling operations shall be located greater than 100 feet. Number 25. 26, servicing of equipment. I have 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And overnight storage, the same.
Yep.
Some details around that.
I don't know if you want to remove D since it doesn't apply or just leave it. It says if located within a wellhead protection area. It's
No.
not, but,
Yeah, let's just get rid of that.
okay.
Okay, so 27, no salt or sodium chloride shall be used on wetland crossing. Comma, roadway or stored on site. I'm gonna call it driveway.
Yeah, the entire site, not just a wetland crossing.
Oh, shall be used on site. Used on or stored on site. Used or stored on site, there we go.
Yeah.
Any arrangement of snow removal shall not be stockpiled within 100 feet of wetland resource areas.
Mm-hmm.
Further restrictions? Do we have any?
I don't know how to say it, but arrangement of snow removal shall not be stockpiled within 100 feet or directly up gradient of a wetland. So if you get a pile of snow that's been plowed that has, a bunch of debris, they could plow it off to the side and then it could melt and run down into.
Well, it can't be stored within 100 feet, so there's a 100-foot circle around it.
Okay. All right. You think that's good? 100 feet away will prevent any impacts, I guess.
Yeah, and they do have that in the O&M.
Yeah.
No trash dumpsters will be allowed within 100 feet.
That would, again, strike out the 1575 on that one.
On number 28?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's gone already. Sorry, I've already gone through
Okay.
on my online one, and I'm just looking at that one, sorry.
Gotcha.
Number 29, we can strike.
Yep.
Which is blasting areas, because they don't intend to do that. Oh, crap. I'm gonna leave the numbers temporarily, just get rid of areas of temporary impact, says they're not doing that. I'm going to eliminate 31. The project contact person shall submit the commission written progress reports. Well, they don't have work in A. Oh, but they do have work in the buffer zones. All right, so let me go down. The project contact person shall submit to the commission written progress reports. I'm gonna write as follows.
Any completed work in buffer zones.
Work anticipated to be completed over the next reporting period. Current condition of erosion and sediment controls, which is, should be in the SWIP, and the SWIP is weekly. Any maintenance performed. Any erosion or sedimentation problems and mitigation measures implemented. Sorry, I'm like in my head.
It's all right.
I'm thinking, if we are doing spot checks, we would like weekly SWIP reports. A lot of this information should already be contained in it, so I'm wondering if we want to just,
Can we add whatever is not in the normal report to this report?
well, let me just, what category is this under? This is during construction. How about we say the commission should be sent via email weekly SWIP reports. and additional updates, if required, to include the following. Completed work in
So which ones are in the SWIPs and which ones?
in buffer. To wetland, work anticipated to completed, current conditions, okay. Okay, what do you think about that?
Sounds good.
All right. Good. The commission shall also be copied on any reports the applicant is required to submit to the US. All right, I've already included that. Okay. Sorry, my language is off here. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move this to the top. The commission shall be sent via a weekly SWIP report and copied on any report the applicant is required to submit to Okay, this is how I changed it. The commission should be sent via email weekly SWIP reports and copied on any report the applicant is required to submit to the Massachusetts DEP or MEPA. The following updates should be included with the weekly email. The commission shall be, oh, sorry, I need to. And then it's the list of stuff, completed work, in buffer to wetland, work anticipated to completed, current condition of erosion. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. 32. So I adjusted this a little bit. Outside of the growing season, exposed soil finish grade surfaces shall be sterilized with a layer of mulch, straw, or hydroseed tack material until climate conditions allow for seeding. During construction, any of the exposed soils will be left idle for more than, I think, where's the plans here? Let me just. You know what, I'm gonna go to this. Oh, that's owner manual. Nope. All right, this is what I want to look at. General notes. I'm looking on here, of course you can't see it because it's at a funny angle. I am specifically looking for, they do have a comment about out stabilization. And they have 7 calendar days. Lumen C disturbed areas unless otherwise noted on the drawings. Installation of stabilized measures will be completed as soon as practicable, no later than 7 calendar days. 30 days is a long time,
Yes, it is.
so I think 7 days is reasonable.
Yeah,
Okay,
especially since it's on their plans.
all right, let's do that, and I'll make that. Okay, here you go, Karen, end construction. The applicant shall submit with a request for certificate of compliance, an affidavit prepared by an engineer or land surveyor stating that the site has been developed substantially in compliance with the requirements of this permit. All right, I'm just looking at this, number 36. So up to 35 is good so far. Do you have any questions or?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, number 36, inspected by the commission or a representative. To ensure no sediment material found its way into them. I'm gonna say the representative. I could say clear of material instead of sand and whatever. Should I remove the licensed erosion control specialist must approve? It just must be approved.
Sure.
Yeah, it just must be approved.
Okay. Before and after photo documentation must be submitted to the commission. On any and all deeds conveying the subject parcel, there shall be a written provision prohibiting filling of any portion of BBW. I'm gonna highlight that, because that needs to be put in, a permanent provision. Stabilized slopes shall be maintained as designated and constructed by the property owner of record, whether bioengineered, all right, whatever. All final earth grading shall be permanently stabilized. Sedimentation barriers must be removed from the property and not broken up and dispersed unless written approval is received by the commission. Sedimentation barriers can be removed only after altered areas have been established with vegetation for a minimum of 1 year. 1 year, 2 years. Okay, the replication is removed, all of it. Stormwater management. Number 49. Or it's representative. A stormwater management system maintenance plan submitted by the applicant that includes BMPs and it's subsequently approved by the Warren will not require additional filings to conduct maintenance. That happens, like if there's a culvert, then they're just allowed to clean the culvert
Sure.
if that's on site. It's just especially if it's required for stormwater. Maintenance of
Yes,
culverts, it's
that makes
required
sense.
during and after. They don't have a culvert on here as far as I can see. Maintenance of culverts, or repair of detention basins, supporting drainage systems, stormwater management, best management practices other than those in the public way shall be the responsibilities of the applicant owner. It must be maintained in perpetuity, which is again something that needs to be put in that section for a permanent. No herbicides, pesticides, fertilizers, or chemical lawn maintenance procedures shall be used on this site within 100 feet of wetland resource areas.
You wanna just say on the site in general? I think there was something that we struck them out, just on the site, period.
I think that for herbicides, we said they can do it within 100 feet, but they can't. I mean, we can just, do you care?
I don't care, it's fine.
But they can't use de-icing chemicals.
De-icing was off limits, yeah.
We can add, let me just take this and duplicate it. Or de-icing chemicals, or shall be used on the site. There's no culverts on this project, right?
No.
All right, we can just get rid of that. Our maintenance of, I'm just gonna say stormwater. Devices. The maintenance or repair of oh, never mind, I can get rid of 55. Supporting drainage systems, stormwater management, all of that is permanent. Conservation Commission and Planning Board will receive an annual, I don't need the planning board. The site owner's manual says that we will receive twice per year, and after any maintenance and repairs. What number is that? Okay. I'm getting rid of this. No color. Oh, the party responsible for O&M changes, we need that early at some point. We need that at the end. We need because they're not gonna know at the beginning, but at the end of the project. Or maybe I just put that under special conditions.
So that means if they sell a project, they need to let us know who's,
The name and contact
Mhm.
information of the party responsible for a should be submitted to the commission, when? Prior to the end of construction?
I would say that, and then I would also put in, and at any time after that, that it has been changed or
Okay.
sold.
So I do have that.
I don't know if you need to add at the end of construction, just at any time.
Well, like, the deadline is, we need to have that information before they go away.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It would be great to have it, like, at the beginning of the project, but they may not even be thinking about it until the project's gonna be finished. But we already do have,
Yeah, the last one, you do.
yeah, under permanent. I had something that also I wanted to move to permanent. The maintenance and repair of detention basins. Number 52, I'm gonna move down underneath. Permanent. added the word swales under 57, the maintenance or repair of detention basin swales. There was something else I wanted to move that I highlighted. Oh, number 37, on any and all deeds conveying the subject parcel, there should be a written provision prohibiting filling of any portion of the BVW. Sorry, permanent. All right, that is there. Okay. We got a response from Terry. I added a line regarding compaction of basin. Feel free to call or text me. Okay. The project, so those are our generic conditions, and I have gone through Terry's documents. The back and forth that was taking place between Beals and Thomas and Terry. Beals and Thomas submitted language, Terry submitted language that, slightly adjusted and countered. And then I took all of it and put it in a document. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's up there too, if I can
can't
blow
really
it
read
up.
from here.
Maybe go sit over there so you can see it, or I'll read it.
You can read it.
All right. I'm gonna see if I
I'm not
can.
sure I could see it sitting there either.
Yeah, I hear ya. I'm trying to blow it up. Okay. A, prior to the commencement of construction of this project, the developer shall retain a competent soils professional, complete soils testing within all stormwater best management practices, BMPs, associated with the proposed off-site solar development. Oh, I can't do that. All right. That may discharge or contribute to the discharge of stormwater towards the town of Warren. Submission of stamped soil testing results must be submitted to Warren Conservation Commission with notification from a professional civil engineer indicating that changes to off-site BMPs will either will or will not be necessary based on the results of the soils tests. If the soils come back
Right.
and they're not
Right,
gonna
they
drain,
drain,
they have to
yep.
go back and rethink the project, otherwise we'll be inundated. Warren Conservation reserves the right to have these results peer-reviewed at the applicant's expense, per 53G. If the commission submits in writing to the applicant that it concurs that no changes to off-site BMPs will be necessary, the applicant may begin work. But final construction plans must be revised to include measures to prevent the compaction of basin bottom during construction, as well as measures to ensure long-term infiltration functionality. If revisions are required for the off-site BMPs, work may not yet commence. So it was like, if one happens, this happens, if not,
Yeah.
the applicant shall submit the town of Brookfield approved revised stamp drawings and calculations that demonstrate compliance with the stormwater standards relative to all stormwater that may discharge to this project cited at 0 and 252 Cronin Road. All right, that was a lot. So we just need to have the plans that Brookfield approved that are stamped by an engineer, because obviously they wouldn't approve it if it weren't.
Right.
And final construction plans of revised off-site BMPs must include measures to prevent the compaction of base and bottom during the construction. The same language that was just there. Warren Conservation Commission will have Town of Brookfield approve revisions to stormwater peer review to ensure that the resulting stormwater discharges are consistent with 0 and 252 Cronin Road approved submitted data and do not require changes to this project. We want to make sure that the amount of water that is leaving in the approved plans that we currently have remains the same or is less. So we don't have to. If stormwater discharges show an increase in discharges to 0 and 252 Cronin Road, construction cannot begin until the applicant resubmits and receives approval for changes that address these stormwater increases. That's,
Perfect.
oh. I just need to add what Terry did. Right here. Oh, did I do that? Let's see. File construction. Is this a different font? No, it's the same. Okay. For your FYI, I did this and I have to change it back. Special conditions, the title, the applicant, we need to put that in there. The date that we're going to approve the conditions, property owner, map lot, that I still need to fill in. Approved plans and reference plans, so I put in the plan set.
Including
The title of it and the date, the revision date, and all of the sheets within the plan set, the reference document and dates. I referred to the electronic document that I received as opposed to this hard copy, only because it's something that we can look up. And this will be in there as well. And I listed the documents. I did note that the site owner's manual in this particular document had been revised, so we have to disregard that. And then I included electronic document, whatever that number is, dated April 16th is what we are approving. I haven't included the work description yet, which we're gonna take right out of the notice of intent. And if you any other conditions, you can, all right. Fantastic. So some of the dirty details need to get fit in, but the conditions are written and I need a motion to accept these conditions.
Make a motion to accept, conditions and special conditions.
Okay, for
For-
ASD Solar.
ASD Solar for 0 and 452, is that the address?
Yep,
Cronin Road.
Second,
all in favor?
I, Philip Woodford.
I, Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce Ihawker. Okay, so today is 4/22. I'm gonna put that up there. Or 2015. We could only wish.
Don't make me live another 10 years.
We like that. Okay, so we have one other thing. We have, not related to this at all. Since we're done with this, when are you in next?
Tomorrow? Does tomorrow work for you?
What time are you in?
I won't get here till at least 11.
Oh, no, that's fine, because I'll finish updating these. I need you to work on the other document, filling it in, and then send it to me before you send it
This
out.
one here, the orders of conditions?
Yeah,
I got some of it done, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure like what you were ruling. Like which ones need to be checked.
oh, do you want us to fill that out for you?
I have that, I have the signature pages that you need. For both of those,
Sure.
'cause I had to make a new one. Like I started filling that out from the notice of intent.
Oh, you know what?
And then I wasn't sure what you were putting for an expiration date, so I made a big circle around that when it comes up.
So when we issue a permit for
Right.
work, there's something called findings under section B.
Right?
And we have to choose which of these, what is the word? Each of everything that we're doing, every resource area has a list of things that it does. What is that?
Oh, like functions and values?
Functions and values, right. So the functions and values that are important for that wetland. Public water supply, private water supply, groundwater supply, land containing shellfish is a big no,
No.
but the others are yes. Fisheries,
No.
no. Storm damage prevention,
Yeah.
prevention of pollution, protection of wildlife habitat,
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
and flood control.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're approving this. Yes, okay. There's only one approval. And then but it's a buffer zone. Impact and the shortest distance between the limit of the project is like 5 feet. This is what we're gonna do. Which plan is this? Not this. It's the cover page. All right.
Do you need colored markers?
I don't need color markers, but I have like a little piece of, ruler. Very important.
That's such a cute scale.
So what I do, I usually do this, but I didn't do it.
You scale it.
I'm scaling it. It is feet, 30 feet. All right, 30 feet is 2. 15 feet is 1. Here is the wetland. And there is the road. Seven feet.
7 feet.
That's how close it is. Yep. Oh, all right, so I'll give that to Corinne. All right, none of this. We're not in riverfront. No stream crossings. The file number is 3180260. Oh, what was that? Sorry, I got that wrong. Oh, sorry. It's getting the wrong one. Three-year, 422. 422.28, right? 3 years?
Is it 3 years? That's what I wasn't sure, yep. That's what I wasn't sure of.
The work is okay. All of that is yeah, finish filling out what you can. Everything should be in there, you know, and then even in the back, when it gets to, the registry of deeds, fill in what you have there too.
Okay,
That section way in the
Yep.
back.
okay. And then, those are the signature pages to work on. Okay. Oop, that's the one I needed.
All right, so
That was the,
2025.
that's what I needed. Are these going certified? Going certified to the applicant or the property owner?
Do you usually?
If they don't pick it up, yes.
Yes.
But is it going to somebody local, or is it going, that's what I wanna know, who we send it to.
Yeah, you sent it to the applicant.
They're in Colorado.
You sent it to the applicant.
Okay. Certified mail.
Oh, let me see. Corinna, if you're still there, who would you like us to send this to?
Send it to our office in Denver. I think it's 518 17th Street, Denver, Suite 950, Denver, Colorado. 80202. Is that the address that you guys have on file?
That's good. Perfect, thank you.
Okay. And these are the signed WPA forms?
Those would be the conditions?
Both of them, right?
Both,
The
the
WPA.
special conditions and the conditions. So it's WPA, yes, Form 5, Order of Conditions, and then there's special conditions.
Awesome. Okay, great. And sorry to be bothersome, but if it's possible to scan those and email them to me, that'd be great, just so that we have an e-version of it while we wait for it to get to the office. That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
You can do that as well. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah? All right, so Corinne, I'm gonna finish doing this. I'll send this to you tomorrow.
Okay, I'll get this.
You do that, you send that to me, and then we'll
To confirm.
cross-reference.
Okay.
You, if this doesn't get done, your next time you're in is when?
I can come in the next day if you want, I can come in next week, whatever you want.
We have 20 days from the close of the hearing, which was last,
Last
So we're a
Tuesday.
week into it?
So 7 days into it.
so we're 7 days into it right now. So 14, so if we don't, you and I don't, if you have to leave before you and I get this done tomorrow, then, we can finish next week. But
Okay.
we can try to get this done. If you come in at 11, I can work on this, you send that to me. I have some things, like some work I need to do for my,
But I mean, if you need me on Thursday, you can call and say go in. 'Cause
oh,
I'm just
yeah.
home this week,
I mean, there's still time, so.
and then you wanted this,
Yes,
and then payroll too, I have, because I submitted it last
okay,
week.
so we are good on this.
All right.
We approved the
So that's done.
conditions, we closed the
So
hearing.
that's closed.
We chose to move forward. I think that everything is all set in here, other than the paperwork.
Now, the next meeting is May 14th.
14th.
Does this need to be on the agenda to approve it?
If it came in unexpectedly,
Well, this is an unexpected meeting.
then yeah, you can approve it, if it came in unexpectedly. If it was something that you knew was coming and it can wait,
No.
then it can, then,
We, by the time our next meeting happens,
Yeah, that's 3 weeks.
it's like 3 weeks.
go ahead and do it.
Okay. All right, so can I have a motion to approve the payment of,
Make a motion to approve the payment of T Reynolds Engineering for $1,131.50.
Second?
All in favor?
That's the current balance due.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye, Philip Woodford.
Aye, Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce I. Hacker. And can I have a motion to pay Corinne?
Make a motion to ratify Corinne's payroll. How much? In the amount of $271.50.
All in favor?
Aye. Karen, oh, second?
Oh, yeah. All in favor?
Aye, Philip Woodford.
Aye, Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce I. Hacker. Anything else that we have?
Yes.
Oh. I'm just curious about this.
Next gen.
Tomorrow.
I
Oh.
talked to them. He sent me he's on vacation this week. He sent me an email for a consulting firm to consult about how to best handle the stream. He wanted to put wood chips on the bank.
Oh, no.
And I said, that's not going to fly. Try again.
Yeah.
So-
Well, because I drove by today, well, I mean, obviously it's right there. And it just goes like that, so, and
Yeah.
I saw some wood chips, and I'm like, oh, no, no, no,
I did
that's,
see the wood chips too.
that's a really bad idea, just because it's just the super.
I told him that that wasn't gonna do it, so he got New England Environmental Incorporate is going to contact us and work with us on what we want to have done there.
Perfect.
All right, that's fine. They can like seed,
Well, I told him, I said you could put wildflowers, you could put low spreading bushes, you could put, when I gave him all these options. And he goes, what about wood chips? I said, no.
What about the cheapest and easiest method?
well, it
And then
ends
I
up
also
that,
told him he needed to clear out the crap that he put in there. And he goes, they didn't put any crap in there. I said, excuse me? He goes, okay.
that's good. Wood chips ends up not being that cheap, because you have to keep on renewing it.
Yeah, if you have to keep on renewing it, yeah.
And then you also have to keep on cleaning it out of the stream once it like starts going in there, so like it
It's
becomes
cheapest
like.
at the beginning because he has the wood he's got to get rid of.
Right, exactly. It's really cheap right now, but,
And he goes, well, the selectmen said I could clear out that stream. And I said, the selectmen don't have the power to do that.
and they didn't.
They have no authority.
They didn't, because I actually piped in on that phone call. I was
Yeah,
like
I
local
remember.
and it said any work that you do there, you just need to reach out, there's something, but yeah.
But I thought it was funny. I said, they don't have the authority to do that.
And they did it. They didn't say, go ahead and cut down all the trees. Okay. 18 Dean Street, what did they do?
Dean Street is there's like 3 houses up there that John Burke did. Is that the one?
No, it's somebody else, I think.
Okay.
But it's interesting, because if you look at the map, the house that's on lot 10, this is the edge of the property line. The house is like this.
Oh, it's like really close to the,
It's like
over.
over the property line.
okay, so I have,
So I don't know if the
We-
property
we got a
line
request.
isn't quite drawn right on the
Right.
assessor map.
I think that their property lines are pretty good. We did get a request from, somebody who I think is interested in purchasing 18 Dean and,
Lot 9.
and then an abutting lot.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah,
pulled up
18.9
Mass
is the
Mapper.
one that's-
That's not it. This is Mass Mapper right here. So this is 18 right here.
So how
And-
does it show the house over the property?
And then that
line?
other one
Is
lot
that
is
one.
this big blob of, it's essentially all wetlands. And I remember somebody trying to put something over here at one point, and that went away. So,
Now, see, the house on 10 looks like it's off the line, but on the assessor's map, that house is right on that line.
oh, yeah, so these are overlays and they're gonna be off. The assessor's map is likely more accurate.
So on the assessor map, that house is right on that property line, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Well, here's the thing, the house was built in like 1840 or something like that. The house right
On
here,
10,
on number 18,
I mean on 18, sorry.
yeah, it's this one. So it's an old house. It was built in the 1800s.
Okay,
So, like my house, our property lines on like our whole block are incongruent with
where the houses
everything.
are.
With the assessor's map, with like my neighbor's property is like right in the middle of my driveway. But their house was a cutoff from ours, so there's no way that, right? There's a lot of these older houses in older sections of town that's just, it was written down, somebody did a
Right.
typo.
Right.
It's kind of a hot mess,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I figured.
So
I figured
who-
it was a hot mess.
The last 3 feet of my shed, which was built in the 40s, is on my neighbor's property.
Oh,
With a
really?
25-foot long shed, but the last couple feet
Well,
are not mine apparently.
It's funny because at our house,
Oops.
the person that Phil, Nancy's dad lived in the house where they live now, and they built this house. So the driveway, he can't turn around in his driveway because he's on our property when he does. So he came over, he goes, "Can I cut this bank back just a little bit so I can get my car out of my garage?"
Madam Chair, can I ask a quick question? Sorry, this is Karina with Pierce Sky.
Yep.
Yeah, do we need to record these order of conditions, or is that something that Corinne will do, or we've done the recording in other towns?
You are responsible for and you'll get the piece that needs to be recorded, which is located in the final pages of the document.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. And then,
when we send you the conditions and special conditions, the Form 5, WPA 45, in the back of the document is something that needs to be filled out by partly us, partly you, and partly
There's 2 pages,
from
That's
the
the last
Registry
2
of Deeds.
but then we need to
Okay,
know what
got
book
it.
and page.
And then you need to send it back to us.
And
so are there technically 2 appeal periods that we're tracking? The first from last Tuesday's meeting, and then the second will be the recorded conditions?
No, the appeal period started when we closed and approved the hearing, and not when we issued these conditions, so, right?
I believe so.
When we closed the hearing, although she doesn't have the conditions, so it's when the recorded conditions, how does that work? I'm sorry, let me look in the back of this. I have it right here, let me just be clear. Are you appealing? Here we go. Okay, 10 days from today. from the issuance of the order, which is today.
Okay.
Did you get that, Corinna?
Okay, so that will be, and are those calendar days?
Those are calendar. Yes.
Okay, so that'll be May.
Second, so that'll be next Friday. Okay. And have you guys received anything requesting for an appeal of it? Just curious since last Tuesday's meeting.
No. And I really highly doubt that unless you appeal it, there is not going to be an appeal. It is not
Okay.
likely, but we do have to wait the 10 days. I don't think
Okay.
anybody's attended our meeting, but, yeah, no, if, we haven't had any appeals so far.
Okay,
Okay, great. All right, so we'll hang tight for the paperwork, and then once we have it, we'll record it with Worcester County, and we'll share a copy of the recording with you folks, and then we'll fill out that last page once the appeal period is over.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay, is there anything else for this? Otherwise, I need to go
No.
make dinner.
We're all set.
okay, awesome. Well, thank you all
And
again.
I hope you all have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
I'm still trying to figure out what they did here. So we got an email, there was somebody who either wants to buy, and then he wants like all the documentation, and I said, we'll look on our computer to see what we have in our files, but anything after that needs to be a FOIA request. Because Corinne doesn't need to go like digging around in our storage area.
What's this for?
18 Dean Street.
Okay.
What I found was in the downstairs file. That's where
Yeah,
that information
so he
came
wanted to
from.
know if, he wanted to know,
And NOI, right?
Yeah, if there was any NOIs on the property.
Yeah,
But that's the only one, the one that I showed you today. That's all that was downstairs.
yeah.
Unless
So
there's
that's all
something
that,
further.
oh,
back.
right. Is it located within wetland resource areas or buffer zones? The answer is yes. Has any past notice of intent, requests RDAs or conservation filings? Requires any conservation permitting for potential development or tree clearing? And I answered yes. And then I sent him a bunch of stuff about like, and then he asked if we could, any maps or records you could provide. So I sent him a Mass GIS map because that was easy enough to do. And then I just said, we can do this amount of searching, but after that, you're gonna have to do a FOIA because it's just too much time.
Sure.
But like, we could do a quick search, but I'm not really sure what this is. Oh, like there's like wait, there was a special permit.
I think it was 2008.
Oh, I remember this. I remember this now. The house had a horse in like half this room, in a little pen.
Oh.
It was very tiny. And I don't know what they wanted to do with the planning board or what was going on with that. I was brand spanking new. But there was, an issue with manure and we've seen that before.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. But it looks like they were getting a special permit for something. I have to go through this, but it wasn't.
that's copies for you. The originals are still in the file.
Yeah, okay. I'll take a look at that. That's kind of interesting. All right, but they never took out. You didn't find a notice of intent
I
or
went through the computer, couldn't find anything else.
nothing on those, either of those lots?
I couldn't find the second lot at all.
Oh, yeah, it's probably because nobody is interested in trying to build there. It's a tough lot.
Yeah.
It's a tough lot, and frankly, I don't know if, I mean, there's not any, I don't know what the setbacks are in that part of town.
Well, it's residential.
Yeah, but I still don't know what the setbacks are. It's different because it's, village,
Okay.
so it's closer.
Zoning.
And, oh, come on, I have so many. Where is this? Right, it's like, and I think
I don't
that's,
know how you're ever gonna get back to that piece property.
oh, there's, the road is right here.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, there's two roads. I was just
yeah,
looking
it
on
does a
the
90-degree
Dean Road.
dog leg.
Yeah,
At the
but
top.
this is like 40 feet. Right? Yeah, there's like, there's not enough, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even, I don't see how that happens. But this, okay. All right, well, I'm just assuming that there was nothing that took place. If you don't have it on your computer, how were you searching?
I even put it like in the search bar.
Do you put it in as map,
and
lot,
I did try that. Yep.
and just,
And I did put Dean Street in as well.
did you put in
See
map
what-
and only the map? Like without the lot?
No. Do you want me to try that tomorrow?
Well, just, yeah.
I'll search a little more tomorrow.
And then like
just to
Dean
make sure.
Street. I don't know who else.
But physical files, that was the only one
That was the only thing. Yeah.
downstairs. Now, I don't know if there's anything before that, but
I'm gonna keep this for one more time. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give this back to you for the file
yeah.
when it's done. All right,
Okay.
is there anything else?
Nope.
No.
Fabulous, thank you. Motion,
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
all in favor?
Aye, Philip Woodford.
Karen Dusty.
Aye, Joyce I. Hocker. Thank you all.